Extra, read all about it. Welcome to Born Without Boundaries, folks. Or for those folks who don't like to be called folks, welcome to Born Without Boundaries. I'm Michelle, and this is my YouTube channel. I read tarot and oracle cards, and I'm studying astrology. Welcome. Please do join the journey. Click the subscribe button. It's that little red box below. But also ring the bell, because then you'll know when my content is uploaded. Yes. But also you'll know when I go live. That's the only way you'll know when I go live. And I go live a lot. In fact, I'll be going live later on today. I go live as often as I possibly can. A shout out to all you who have found my Instagram page. It's born_without_boundaries on Instagram. Thank you for the following there. That's amazing, and thank you for that additional support. I will be going live there too when I gain more viewers. That will be awesome. We're doing shop right now. This is your daily reading for Tuesday. I've lost track of the day. I think it's Tuesday, August 6th. Yes. Tuesday, August 6th. I always timestamp and tell you what day that I'm recording on. Always, always, always. But if you find this a year from now, it's because this is when you were meant to hear the message. I absolutely believe that those kind of synchronicities happen, and it's just the truth. But I do want to let you know what time I originally recorded it, so maybe you can get a perspective of what was happening in my life at that time, and how long did it take me to be ready to hear this. That's always very interesting, because we're linear creatures living in a timeless universe. So it's kind of conflicting, isn't it? It's just an interesting perspective we have as human beings. So I want to talk shop with you a little bit before I get into the daily reading. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the new subscribers. Scorpios, you never cease to amaze me, so thank you for all of your support. I don't know what's going on with my viewership. Taurus was showing up, and now it's like where I got thousands of views, I'm only getting like 300. It's weird. And I wrote a letter to YouTube about it, trying to understand what's going on, but I'm not really understanding what's going on. Maybe I just lost popularity. I don't know. But if any of you guys have a suggestion of what I can do to get better responses from the other zodiac signs, because right now Scorpios are turning up, and I want that to continue. But I'd also like to get other people involved as well. And there's 11 other zodiac signs there that I feel like I'm not connecting with. So I will take suggestions. It's up to you. If I can do them, I will, because I'm all about improving my channel. Thank you for your constant comments. I do read all the comments. I try to get back to everybody to let you know that I've read them. There have been some trolls in the comment areas, and it's hard for me to not just fire off at somebody. And the only reason why I don't fire off at somebody is because I know that's exactly what they want. And so I just don't tolerate it. And I try to act as mature and keep it level-headed as possible. But I want to say a special thanks to those people who are commenting, and you're pointing out the trolls, and you're sticking up for me. Thank you. Thank you. There are some comments that they're not trolls. They're just people who basically, what I feel coming through the comment is really concerning to me, because they talk like this. They say things like this. They say, oh Lord, here's another reader saying that we're going to find love in a week, but I've been waiting for years. That's why you haven't found it. You're waiting. Stop waiting. Stop waiting and get to living. It doesn't make any damn sense why you'd be waiting at all. I read what's universal energy. You don't have to wait for it. It's coming. But if you're sitting there like, time, universe, what's going on? First of all, I don't like to be talked like that. I can't imagine something as powerful as universal energies would care for that kind of attitude from anybody. Number one. But number two, you have to understand that that is already you shutting down and not allowing things to come into your life, because you've already decided when, how, whom. What? Listen, there are like 8 billion people on this planet as we speak. Even if you subtract all the people that are too old for you, all the people that are too young for you, all the people that aren't the right gender or don't look the way that you'd be attracted to, all the people who are too sick to be in a relationship with you. If you subtract all those, you still have like 1 million people to choose from. If you are sitting there stuck on an idea of one human being and only one human being, you are the problem. You are your own block, which 1,000 times over, that's usually what it is. And when we realize it and do work on ourselves, that's when we get to the point where you can listen to a reader and the reader is saying 2 months from now, and it will be 2 months from now. I've said it in past videos. My time frames are for people who have done the work on themselves and who are prepared and open. It is not for people who are still stuck and blocked. It's not. You have to do that work first. You have to clarify those blockages first. You have to learn that love is all around you all the time and feel it in everything that you do. Which brings me to another point that a comment that I got yesterday really opened my mind a lot, and I want to say thank you. When I talk about love, I'm talking about big love. And yes, I do talk in reference to mostly romantic love because that seems to be the way that most people relate to it. When my old readings were all about the big love and just finding and connecting to your soul song and spirit and following that spirit voice and connecting with that voice inside of you and having a constant conversation, but that's big love. That's love. You can be totally in love with what you do. You can be happy and strong and powerful and not have romance that you even care about because you're so into the book that you're writing and getting it published, the television show that you're producing. You've just been promoted to VP of your business unit and you're organizing your team. All of those things are how we connect to big love. It's just being passionate and understanding that every day of your life is a valuable resource and is a connectivity to this beautiful energy that we call love. Because love, bare bones, is just unconditional connectivity and flow. That's what it is. So I totally hear you when you say, when you said you didn't want to hear just about romantic love. I do try to siphon off specific romantic readings, and that's why I do the Vimeo reading, so that I can focus specifically on romance. When I do my general readings for my zodiac signs, if it's coming out romance, I can't help it. It's not the intent. I save those Vimeos for people who are specifically focused on romance and want a romance reading. That's why I siphon it off. My general zodiac sign readings, when I talk about love and connection, you could be connecting to a new business partner. You could be connecting to a new idea, a new opportunity. Like, that's big love because you're generating that harmonious energy and you're co-creating with the universe. That's big love. And I'm all kinds of into it. Proud and happy single lady here. Proud and happy. Like I'm not set on being single. I'm open to all different kinds of love, which is what I encourage all of you to do, is be open to love, not just love of another human being, because that's not love. That's a relationship. Love is unconditional. Relationships are not. And that's why they're so hard to maintain for long periods of time. Love is not difficult at all. Now, last question, because I can almost hear you thinking it. What are you talking about, Michelle? Don't you mention the one, the one, the one. Now you're telling us there's 1 million people out there that can make you happy. And there's more than 1 million people out there that can make you happy. There is trees and sunsets, birds and bees, dogs and cats. All of those things can make you happy because all of those things are a way to connect and be loved. All of it. Love is connection. It's not sex. It's not arousal. It's not eroticism. It's connection. Okay? When I talk about the one, I'm not talking about the one name, date, place, birth weight, height, hair color that you've decided on. I'm talking because overwhelmingly, when you open yourself up to love and you're really calling in love to you, it's not about how they look or what their name is. It's about how they feel. That's how you'll know them. And I've said that in previous videos. You will know the one by how they feel. And it's because they are where you are energetically now. That they've also taken the leap of faith to open themselves to love. And the two of you will connect. And you'll know each other by the way you feel. By the way they feel. Not by the way that they look. Okay? It's almost, I can almost guarantee you, it's not the picture of the person you have in your mind. I would encourage you to get a picture out of your mind and focus on a feeling. Because that's how the universe communicates. Energy and focus. What you focus on, and energy is emotion with us, right? Our thoughts can help conduct that emotion. But when we make hardcore decisions about anything, it literally chops off possibility. It's literally us cutting off one of our conduits to happiness. Because we've decided that we're only going to accept it from this person, that person. Don't do that. Because your happiness is important to me. As is my own. And when we make rushed decisions, or when we let our, how can I say this? Our ego get involved and in the way of our heart, and when we interpret that egotistical interpretation of what our love wants us to feel, because the manifestation of that person in our head is based on what's already gratifying our ego, based on our past experiences. Listen, you can imagine somebody in your head as long as you know that that's probably not how they're going to look like. As long as you know that that's still just a fantasy aspect that you are using to help yourself. It's a visualization tool. That's okay. That takes a high level of self-control, but that's also okay. Focus should always be on the way that they make you feel. Because that's how you're going to really identify a person that you can go long-term with and have security with and have a long-term friendship and hopefully great sex with. I'm just going to throw that in there because, I mean, it's not like we all don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's now return 12 minutes in. Don't worry, I'll timestamp it so that if you want to just quickly push by all this, I'll do it. I'm writing it down because you'll know I'll forget. 1300. Talisman and Cauldron is the deck that I use. My friend Laura, who owns Talisman and Cauldron, it's a spirituality store in Derby, Connecticut, designed this deck with her partner China, and I'm very happy to use it. I clear out the energies from this deck, and I also reorganize it so that I know all my cards are turned right side up. Why do I do that? For my own sake. It's not a general practice. It's not what anybody has to do. It's what I have to do to be sure, because I will question the cards, and that's my own ego, and I don't want my ego to keep getting in the way. So what I do is extra work on my part to clear it out and say, no, this card was not reversed when I started shuffling. It's reversed now because that's the message. And that's what I do. That's what I do to ensure those messages are clean and crystal clear to me. Okay? So let's focus on the energies for August 6th, 2019. What are the energies coming through? Ooh. All right. The Tower. Sudden changes. The Devil. Codependency. Fuckery. The Star. Wishes coming true. Seeds planted. Interesting combination of characters. Honestly, to me right now, it looks like a good woman fell in love with a bad guy. And that's what ended. That's what ended. But defensiveness. It's almost looking like that. This is a bad romance, right? And to once again express the not romantic specific, this was a good human being in a bad situation. This was somebody who got associated with shitty, crappy people. It could be one person, it could be two, it could be an Aquarius that ended up with a Capricorn, if you want to get really specific. But no. Or this literally could be, more esoterically, philosophically speaking, the truth coming out, or the truth being accepted about codependency issues. Kind of what I was just talking about. Unhealthy mindsets. Attachment to things that are actually sucking energy from you. This is the Tower. Now, in its position on this read, it already happened. This already happened. Why? To liberate you from the devil. The way that the tarot deck is organized is extremely important. Extremely. Because it's literally, the Tower comes after the devil. It's a warning to say that if you keep down this road of unhealthy communications, unhealthy relationships, unhealthy connections, unhealthy practices, universe is going to come in to save your ass. And it's not going to feel good or be pretty. But it is for your better good. Now, the order of the cards is telling me after a Tower moment, somebody reverted to these codependent tendencies, thinking that it was going to make their dreams and wishes coming true, thinking they were planting the seeds for something in the future. And now where they are right now is just on the defensive, not understanding why things aren't working out. You put your faith in the wrong situation. You put your faith in the wrong person. I gotta get more cards out to see what's going on, because this story is hardcore. This is rough. But is that our central card? No, this is. And isn't this funny? The Ace of Pentacles is our central card. Central card is the mood or the temperature of the reading. So Ace of Pentacles is happiness, abundance, health, doing well for yourself, making everything work. This could very well have been obstacles that you came upon while you were trying to make your dreams come true. Obstacles between you and the truth. But I'll tell you, the truth doesn't let obstacles stand in people's way for long. It wants a relationship with you. It wants to come out. Truth never likes to be hidden. And here's the Sun. Beautiful. All right. I like the Ace of Pentacles sitting near the Sun. Okay. All right. What else you got for me? Okay. That's a bit much. Wow, that's a lot. Okay. It's just come spewing out today. The Sun and the Moon and an offer from a king. All right. I can see this with you right now. Okay. Oh my God, I always want to get this. I always want to get this right. So this tower moment was in the past. Okay? Listen, there was something subverted and not healthy and not right. And we had to get right with ourselves. We had to fix it. We had to confront it. We had to face the truth. The tower actually itself, could have been the truth. Like, look at the seeds that you've sown. Look at what you've planted. And then ask yourself why you're always on the defensive, why you're not happy, why you're not ready. But it's also the journey of creation, right? When we first start out, we have this huge burst of energy, this huge momentum. And who do you come up against first? Trolls. People who try to manipulate you and use you because they know that you're new. You're new to this product line. You're new to this job. It's what I call the low-hanging fruit. People who just want to glom onto you and use you, get free from you, and move on. It's part of the temptation. It's part of the phase of developing and moving on and moving up and moving along your path. Devil's going to want to reappear a number of times to help get you off the path, because that's misery, right? That's imbalance. And that's what the devil, if you just archetype, character type, that's what it is. Okay? But what I see here is somebody facing the devil. In other words, the truth facing the devil. And not having none of that. Seeds being planted that you start to see grow. And the truth stands between the devil and the seeds being reaped. Why? So that the devil don't show up when you're reaping your plants. Right? That's what I remember how I told you. You want to filter out all the nasty people before your explosion and your happiness. You want to filter them out because the devil don't deserve you or your goodies. And it's just got to clear out. You've just got to clear out that muck before you can really reap the rewards. And now you're ready. Now you're prepared. You stand prepared and ready. A little bit weather worn and defensive, but also wiser and more knowing. All of the cards are upright. We're moving toward, with this Leo season, happiness, health, prosperity, abundance, victory. The moon card comes right after the sun. And there's this interesting backward motion in the deck right now. There's the tower to the devil, that's backward motion. There's the sun to the moon, that's backward motion. All right? It is literally that backward motion of before you spring forward. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's also a check yourself. That's what it is. It's be sure all your ducks are aligned. There is an opportunity here that was hidden. There was an opportunity here that has not been offered yet. It is about to be offered by the King of Pentacles himself. In other words, by a reliable source, by somebody who can actually help you. And then you have the counterpart of the Queen of Pentacles coming out right afterward. So you have counterparts coming into alignment. Looking onto basically not having nothing. Honestly, I think in other words, maybe this opportunity comes in helping others, in giving back. But it certainly comes from a divine change, a change in you, a change in your perspective. I honestly feel that there's one more roadblock that's coming up. You're going to have to endure a little bit more time not having some money. A little bit. The money will slowly start to trickle in. But I think that that's the thing. It will slowly start to trickle in. Keep going. There are a lot of pentacles coming in. That's what I see. A lot of pentacles. Because the 5 of Pentacles is followed by the Knight of Pentacles, and I got the 6 of Pentacles out here already. So what this offer could be, stability and almost investment in your passion, in what you're new and trying to get off its feet, onto its feet. Not off its feet, onto its feet. During Leo season, and we have about 2 more full weeks in Leo season. Into Virgo season, there's going to be support sent into you for what you're trying to get off the ground. A job opportunity, an investor, people being interested in you, feedback. I want you to give thanks. Don't forget that. When you give thanks for those times when you didn't have anything, give thanks for those times. In other words, there's a message here. As bad as you think you have it now, remember when it was worse. Remember, I want you to see how far you've come. You're looking back. There's a reflection here. I can't tell you how many pentacles there are right here. Even the Sun card is very much like the same shape of the pentacles. So there is victory and success happening in whatever project you've been working on. It's been trickling in, yes, but there's going to be an explosion. And then there will be a trickle again. And then another explosion. It will be the ebb and flow. But you're about to experience an explosion. An explosion in abundance. The offer hasn't been made yet, though. It hasn't come in. Look to the full moon for this offer to come in. Full moon happens, I think, on August 15th. An explosion of abundance, happiness, prosperity, health. An offer. There's an offer being made and an investment in you by somebody that you can absolutely trust. Now, take it the way that it applies to you. That could be in love, but honestly, there's so much abundance here that if it's love, it's a lifelong journey in love. I really feel this is more career momentum. Opportunities coming in more than you could have expected. It's almost like if you made a salary offer, you're going to get more than what you offer. Like compared to what you asked for, they're going to give you more. It was lower than what they're going to give you. Yeah. But take time, and here's the message for today. Take time when this happens to say thank you and show gratitude. And look out over how far you've come over the past 5, 6, 7 years. 7 years is a life cycle. Over the past 7 years. In fact, that can actually be the way that you're ushering in all the abundance now. Is you take a second today and reflect on how far you've come and how much you've been helped along the way. That is the key to the abundance flowing in. Take some time out today, whether it be right after this video or tonight, and look back on how far you've come and all the people that have helped you along the way. And show gratitude and express gratitude to all of those people. You don't even have to call them up and thank them. Just acknowledge, especially if you find yourself at a moment of feeling down, feeling like things are never going to take off. Reflect back on how far you've come and how many people have helped you, and know that every single one of those people made a spiritual, energetic investment, not just a financial investment, though some of them did, but a spiritual, energetic investment in you and your purpose and your potential. And when you doubt yourself, fall back on the confidence of others. Trust that what they saw in you is real. If you could trust them to help you out, you could trust the message that they shared when they helped you out, which is you're worth the investment. You're worth the investment. So if you feel down and out today, tomorrow, whenever you see this, know that Spirit message is reminding you that not only Spirit thinks you're worth an investment, but there have been many times along your path where people have made an investment in you. Because there's a temptation with the devil here to just listen to the negativity, to feel destitute when you really aren't. That's the message. There's a temptation to feel like you've lost everything when you haven't, to feel destitute when you aren't. And the way to comprehend it and see it for what it is right now look back on where you were 7 years ago, where you were 5 years ago, where you were 5 weeks ago, and see how much better your life is now. Or if your life isn't better now, either or. When you're looking back on the past 7 years, think of all the people who shared with you the message that you were worth the investment. Whether it was subscribers to the YouTube channel, I thank you all so much. Whether it was subscribers to your Instagram feed, I thank you all so much. Whether it was job opportunities that you were given, whether or not they still exist, doesn't matter. There was somebody that knew and acknowledged that you were valuable. They believed in you. That's them saying you're valuable. Another human being recognizing your value. So when you're down in the dumps, remember their recognition and lean on it for a while. If you can't trust the way that you feel about yourself when you look into the mirror, because all you see is how ugly you are, think of all those times somebody told you you were beautiful. Even if it wasn't somebody that you thought was attractive, it doesn't matter. It was a vote of confidence in your favor, and you have to let that sink in. You have to absorb that to reinstill that brightness in your heart. Because you will be tempted to feel like everything is a mess when it's not. Opportunity is coming in. Acknowledge the abundance that you have in your life right and now. In terms of timeline, there was a tower, maybe 7 weeks back, maybe 7 months back, maybe around Aquarius season, maybe around Capricorn season. There was a tower, maybe in July. This was something that happened already. And it threw you for a loop. And it also allowed the devil to sneak in to make you angry, a little bit depressed, maybe a little bit untrusting toward people. In other words, there's an implication that you're still holding on to a little piece of that bitterness and fear. Let the truth set you free. And that truth is remembered by all those times somebody helped you. That truth is remembered by all the times somebody complimented you. That truth is remembered by all the times somebody took an investment of confidence in you. And yes, I am talking about when somebody decided to marry you, even if the tower was your divorce. There are different points in your life when you could go back to and say, I was loved, somebody chose me. If only to see a pattern and demonstrate the fact that it can happen, it is possible, and all of those doubts and fears that it'll never happen again is just a bunch of bullshit. If it happened before, it can happen again. And that's to bad things too, I understand. But you're prepared now. You've let yourself grow. You're prepared now. What I tell you, all those battle scars are badges of honor and new ways for you, a new way for, they're a new way for you to be. They're a new you that is more prepared now than ever for the abundance you're welcoming into your life. This is about your journey toward your abundance. The central card is the Ace of Pentacles, and it's followed by the Sun and then the Moon. There's a bit of a regression before you get an offer. That's okay. Maybe you need a little bit of time to balance yourself out, to come into an alignment with both of those energies, the yin and the yang. Because we have to be balanced with them both. You have to have experienced them both to know how sweet it is to feel that, to live in harmony. Really. So, the sun will come out, and I really do believe this means Leo season. Look for the full moon in Leo season. Look for it, because an offer is coming in soon after from somebody who means business and will literally have you looking back on your life like, holy crap, I made it. It took a while, but I never gave up. Never give up. That's what you're going to see. Yes, it took a while, but I never gave up. King of Pentacles, for those people looking for signs. There's a lot of Pentacles, so there's a lot of earth signs here. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. There's Capricorn here with the Devil. There's Aquarius here with the Star. There's Leo here with the Sun. There's Pisces here with the Moon. That's a whole lot of signs, guys. So in particular, I have to say this to you. Don't give up. Make it through the rough times. If things are moving slowly, don't lose faith. Help yourself by remembering all the investments other people have made to you. It happened once, it'll happen again. Why? Law of abundance, law of synchronicities. It's gonna keep happening. Like, it's gonna happen again. It's inevitable. There is an offer going to be made from you by somebody who wants to make an investment in you. And they're reliable, and they're trustworthy, and they're abundant themselves. Now, at the very longest time period, this could start in Leo season and go all the way out to Pisces season of next year. Pisces season it starts February 19th. So, between then and now, the offer will be made and the abundance will trickle in, and there will be a period of you feeling like you're destitute. Keep at it, keep going. It's going to come in. Really, for most of you, especially since this is a daily energy, it's a message to say that in Leo season, around the full moon, an offer is going to be made to you and abundance is going to start rolling in. And change your circumstance for the better. Something that you really at this point felt like it was never going to happen because it was so slow. But you never gave up, and that was all the difference. What made the difference and what ushered in the abundance was that even though everything was moving really slowly and you were feeling destitute and having challenges and feeling drained, you never gave up. You kept at it. So for those of you on the verge of giving something up, don't give it up. You keep at it. Because that's the energy the universe is responding to. That's the energy. That flow of commitment and tenacity and faith. Faith, not knowing or being sure of, but doing it anyway. Because that shows that you're doing it for the love of what you're doing. You're doing it for the enjoyment and pleasure that it brings you to be doing it, which means you're already there. You're already living in abundance. You already have all the abundance you could ever ask for. It's just how long it takes for the flow of material things to get to you. But definitely look for a pick-me-up and encouragement come the full moon. It's going to help you rebalance. And this is an opportunity that was hidden. It was an opportunity that has not been offered yet. It's still in the works, figuring itself out. But it's going to be made. And oh, Lordy, Lordy, are you going to feel, you're just like, going to be singing with the birdies. Hard times are over. You're moving forward. We really needed this pick-me-up. The past couple of readings have been a little bit rough, but that's okay because that's life and we didn't give up. I'll see you guys later on in the live. Also look for today, I'll be putting up Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. That's where we're moving. For any of you who have ordered a personal reading, this is what I should say to you. I am filling the invoices that I have now. That, in other words, the personal readings that people have already paid me. So I'm going to make sure that they're all done by the end of day Wednesday. At this point, I am not taking any more personal readings until after my surgery, until after I know how I'm feeling. My surgery is on Thursday. So I've closed all invoices now. I'm filling up those orders and then not taking any new personal readings until after my surgery and after I know how I'm going to be doing and feeling. I'm hoping it's only going to be a week. I'll probably be in a neck brace, but I'm hoping that I'll still feel good enough to get back into the swing of things. Because it's, I can still talk to you with a neck. But I just, once again, I'm going in for surgery. There's a huge unknown. So just telling you this, just sending good vibes, send me good vibes. I'm receiving them. I'm open. I'm happy for all your support. But just know that if you haven't paid your invoice by today, already, in other words, already, then if you pay your invoice, it'll be out for a week. And I get my personal readings to people within a day, unless I'm away. Within 24 hours, I get personal readings to people, unless I'm on vacation like I was this weekend. But then I got it to people right on Monday. So if you haven't paid yet, and you pay moving forward now through Wednesday, I won't have that personal reading to you for a week. Just so that you know that. Just so you know that. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This was your daily reading for and however and when you need to see it. Thank you so much for joining the journey. I wish you abundance, and I wish you to remember how valuable you are. Even if it's only in memory, doesn't matter. Somebody invested in you along the way, and I want you to focus on that today. Do not give up. Keep going, because it's that energetic focus that is actually bringing in the abundance that's waiting for you. I'll talk to you soon.